What is monetary policy? It is policy of Reserve Bank of India, that is central bank of any country, that tells us as what actions RBI is taking through this policy to control flow of money or credit in the economy. Am I clear? It is also a review of the old monetary policy. See, monetary policy is brought by RBI four times in a year, once in every quarter, right? So it means RBI reviews the whole monetary position of the economy in every 4 months, in every 3 months, I'm sorry, in every 3 months, right? And every time they do it through a policy decision. They actually take a decision there whether they should increase supply of money in the economy or should decrease supply of money from the economy. That is to suck excess money from the economy. If there is excess money flowing in the economy, then it will be sucked by the RBI. Or there is no need to change anything at all, neither to increase the money supply nor to suck the excess money supply. So any of these three decisions are taken by the government, by the RBI, in its every monetary policy or monetary review. Am I clear? Mancha and Manya, I just explained a little bit about monetary policy. Could you hear me? So policy of the Reserve
Yes,
Bank of
sir.
India or of the central bank to monitor and control supply of money, that is credit, in the economy is called its monetary policy. Tahir, you can hear me and can see the screen, right? Tahir, the RBI reviews monetary position, that is supply of money, which in short and technically known as M3. So in money and banking chapter, guys, we will see what is M3, right? M3 is nothing but it is supply of money. It tells us the amount of money which is available in the economy.
Sir, what did I miss?
I was just calling you, but you did not respond. Okay, anyways, see, we started from here yesterday. Measures to correct excess demand, that is inflation, or deficient demand, that is deflation. These two terms you have in one chapter. I will tell you later which chapter it is. And this I explained fully orally yesterday. Now, what I explained yesterday that I am writing here and also along with more explanation. So there are two ways with the regulating authority, including the government, to control inflation and deflation. One of them is monetary policy, another one is fiscal policy. Monetary policy is the policy which is taken by central bank of a country. In India, the central bank is Reserve Bank of India. And through this policy, the RBI monitors and controls supply of money, that is credit in the economy. Right? See, inflation means rise in general price level. So when prices of most of the goods and service rise substantially, we call it inflation. And when prices of most of the goods and services fall substantially, it is called deflation. Substantially means more than 5% year wise. So if in a particular year prices of most of the goods and services are rising by 5% as against their prices in the immediate previous year, then we call it inflation. And if they are falling by more than 5% of the prices of the same goods and services in the previous year, then we call it deflation. Within 5%, if there is change, we do not call it inflation or deflation. Am I clear? So
Yes, sir.
how the government and the central bank controls inflation, that is what I'm explaining. And for that, there are two instruments with the central bank and the government together. One is in the hands of Reserve Bank of India, that is central bank, and that is called monetary policy. And one is in the hands of the government, that is known as fiscal policy. Now, what is monetary policy? Through monetary policy, the RBI controls supply of money in the economy. How do we get currency notes in the economy? We get it from the commercial banks. Commercial banks are suppliers of money. But there is only one producer of money in every economy, that is central bank of that country. In America, central bank is known as Federal Bank. In India, it is known as Reserve Bank, right? Reserve Bank is father of all the commercial banks because it regulates, controls, and establishes commercial banks. So, Reserve Bank produces or prints new currencies and gives it to commercial banks. Commercial banks, in turn, give this money to the borrowers, those who borrow from banks. This is how new currency comes into circulation in the market. So, ultimately, how do we get money is from banks. So how the Reserve Bank of India controls supply of money in the economy, that is what is done through its monetary policy. Have you got this? Mansha, Manya,
Yes, sir.
Tahir and Tanmay. So the under the review, the RBI may decide to tune or control, increase or decrease supply of money or credit in the economy. There may be a policy without any change in overall supply of money also. It means in a monetary policy, the RBI may decide not to change anything, not to change the supply of money. Note that when supply of money in the economy is much more than supply of goods and services, there is bound to be inflation on account of more money chasing few goods. Guys, look at here, listen to me first and then note this down. So, I have explained you so far what is supply of money here. Now, later what I explained is that when supply of money in the economy is much more than supply of goods and services in the economy. Let's say today, one samosa is sold in Indore market for rupees 10, right? Let's say every day 100 samosas are produced. So tomorrow also 100 samosas would be produced with their total selling price of rupees 1000. But now somebody or more than one person has collectively 10,000 rupees with him and he wants to buy samosas. How many samosas he can buy? 1000 samosas because each samosa has selling price of rupees 10. Correct? However, only 100 samosas are available. And many people go to that samosa shop and ask him to have samosa. And the collective money with all these people is 10,000 rupees. It means they want 1000 samosas. But the availability of samosas there is only 100. What samosa seller will do? The vendor will give samosas to those who pay the highest price. Now this time he will change the tag price of samosas. He will say now I will not sell it for rupees 10 per samosa anymore. Pay me at least rupees 50, 60, 70, 80. And soon he will understand that even I can charge rupees 100, then also I can sell all my 100 samosas. Because the people, those who are standing in front of me asking for samosas, they have collectively 10,000 rupees with them. And I have 100 samosas. And this is how he will charge rupees 100 per samosa. And that is what is inflation, guys. That is more money chasing few goods, known as demand pull inflation. Demand is pulling up the prices. And why demand is more? Because more money is there in the economy than the availability of goods and services. I hope you all are understanding, guys. Have you all understood this? Tahir, Mansha, Manya, Tanmay.
Yes, sir.
On the other hand,
Uh,
when there is lesser money available in the economy than the availability of goods and services, suppliers would be forced to sell their goods and services at substantially lesser prices, causing deflation in the economy. Right, guys? So on the other hand, what may happen is that there is lesser money and more goods and services. Sellers know that there is lesser money available with consumers, and these are the only consumers whom we can sell, and they have lesser money. They have to sell their goods because they do not want to keep the goods with them. And this will cause deflation in the economy. I hope you have understood, guys. Tanmay, you were asking something. Tell me. Tanmay, are you asking anything? Guys, this is or, not of. Increase or decrease supply of money or credit in the economy. Then, guys, all noted down this much. Commercial banks supply money in the market in form of credit. That is by lending to their customers. That is why supply of money, the term supply of money is used as a synonym of supply of credit. So supply of money is equal to supply of credit. Do not forget this, guys. Banks do not give us money for free. They give us money only when we borrow from banks. To control or curb inflation or deflation, RBI uses any or some of the two measures under its monetary policy, viz. quantitative measures, and we will see later qualitative measures. Guys, instead of inflation, you can write here excess demand when the question is asked so. As I told you yesterday, that the thing that we are understanding here is an answer of questions from three different units. So if you are asked how RBI controls inflation or deflation, then you should always use either of these two terms. But if you are asked how excess demand or deficient demand is controlled or corrected, then always you should ask these terms instead of using inflation or deflation, respectively. Am I clear? So here I have written inflation or deflation, but at times you may also write it either excess demand or here deficient demand, right? It's good to write it here guys in brackets. You also please write it so that later when you go through it, you do not miss it. Now guys, quantitative measures are those measures which when are taken, before taking them, the RBI knows the exact amount by which the supply of money can be controlled. It means, suppose RBI takes a quantitative measure. Before taking that quantitative measure, that is, before taking that action, the RBI knows that if we take this action, then there would be exact decrease or increase of supply of money by this much amount, right? For example, RBI wants to suppose RBI takes a quantitative measure, and before taking a measure, the RBI clearly knows that if we take this measure, the money supply, which is much more in the economy now, will get reduced by 500 crores. So the exact amount is known to the RBI before taking such measures. That is why we call it quantitative measures. Am I clear? Qualitative measures are those where RBI knows that supply of money will either reduce or will increase, but by how much, the exact amount is not or cannot be estimated. Here exact amount can be estimated. Clear? So quantitative measures are those through which the RBI can determine the exact amount by which the overall supply of money will change when the measure is taken. Tahir, Mancha, Tanmay, are you with us and understanding these things?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now here we have total five measures: bank rate, CRR, that is cash reserve rate or ratio, then SLR, that is statutory liquidity ratio or requirement, then repo rate and reverse repo rate, and then open market operations. This is how we have five measures. The first one is bank rate, guys. Listen to me carefully. Bank rate is the rate at which the RBI rediscounts bills of exchange of commercial banks. Now, those who already know what is bill discounting and what is bill of exchange, IST students had this chapter in class 11th accounts last year. CBSE students did not have that. From last year only, CBSE has removed that chapter, right? So for CBSE students, I explain what is bills of exchange. I am a seller of any good or service, and Atharv is my buyer, is my customer. Every time I sell goods to him on credit, he is my regular customer. We both are businesses. He is not a consumer. He is a customer, but not a consumer. I am a wholesaler. He is a retailer, for example. Every time he purchases goods from me on credit, right? And the credit limit, what I have set for him is maximum rupees 2 lakhs. So once his account balance becomes 2 lakhs debit, I stop supplying him further goods. I ask him first for the money and then I give him fresh supply. Clear? But one fine day he came to me with a big order of rupees 10 lakhs. It's a big amount. And I want to sell it. Obviously, because on 10 lakhs I will have more profits. But I have, and again he is asking credit. He says that nothing I will pay in cash. With the same credit period which I allow him always, the same credit period, with the same credit period, he wants to purchase goods of rupees 10,000 from me. Right? Now what should I do? I have fear inside that what if a third tomorrow fails to pay my money back? It's a big amount for me. Right? In that case, what I do on my letterhead of my business, I write a small document. I address it to Athav. So on the top I write Athav and then his business address. And below that I write, please pay me or to the order of mine rupees 10 lakhs after 30 days from now. I am allowing him 30 days credit. Right? I write this and this I give to Athav. On the at the end of that document, Athav writes accepted and signs and puts his business stamp and gives that document back to me. That document is called a bill of exchange, right? Now, after 30 days, if Atharv does not pay me money, that document will help me to get my money from Atharv, or Atharv would be behind bars. He would be in jail. Am I clear? That is bill of exchange. So, with bill of exchange, a seller ensures payment of his dues from his customers, right? Now, the other thing about bill of exchange, which is known as discounting of bill of exchange. I have got that document from Atharv, which is called bill of exchange, right? Where it says that I can collect my money from Atharv after 30 days. But suppose I want my money immediately. Now only I want my money. Obviously, Atharv will not pay me why? Because I myself have allowed him period of 30 days. I can go to my bank with that document. I will give that document to the bank. Bank will keep the document with itself. And after deducting 30 days interest from the bill amount, what is the bill amount? That is the amount of document 10 lakhs. So after deducting interest on 10 lakhs for 1 month, the remaining money bank will pay me immediately. Let's say that amount is 9 lakh 75,000. So 975 I got today itself. I do not need to wait for 30 days. After 30 days, bank will go to a third to collect the money. Clear? The process of mine getting 975 from the bank is called bill discounting. I have discounted my bill from the bank And this is how bank has this deducted discount of 25,000 from the bill and has kept the bill with itself. And after 30 days, bank will go to author and how much bank will recover from other 10 lakhs. This is how for 30 days bank will earn income of 25,000. I will lose 25,000, but I'm absolutely okay with it. Why? Because I had huge margin on the goods that I sold to him for rupees 10 lakhs. The actual cost of those goods were only 7 lakhs to me. So my net profit was 3 lakhs. I just lost rupees 25,000 with the bank. Still, I have 2 lakh 25,000 with me. 2 lakh 75,000 with me. Am I clear? Good. So this is how banks discount bills for their customers. Bill discounting is nothing, it is actually giving loan to a customer. It is a short-term advance or loan to a customer. My bank has given loan to me, correct? Now suppose a commercial bank keeps giving such advances, keeps discounting bills of its customers, and with that now it has very less money with it. The bank has very less money with it क्योंकि उसने सबको पैसा बांट दिया है अलग अलग बिल का अब बैंक के पास हजारों बिल है बैंक has thousands of bills with it and has lesser money. What to do now? Now the commercial bank, that bank may go to RBI with all those bills and ask RBI to rediscount it. So suppose my bank for 30 days charged me at the rate of 12% per annum. The RBI will charge the commercial bank only at the rate of 9%. Correct? This is how the commercial bank will give all the bills to RBI and will get the money after some discounting at the rate of 9%. That 9% is bank rate. Have you understood or not? Bank had all the bills, right? And now bank has very less money with it, right? And with that lesser money, now bank is in difficulty to pay to the default deposit holders because bank has many deposit holders as well. So they may come and withdraw anytime their money, but bank does not have that much of money. So what the commercial bank does, it goes back to RBI with all those bills and asks them to rediscount it. Bank discounted the bill for me. Now RBI will discount the bill for the commercial bank. Have you got this? But the what my bank charged to me, lesser than that, RBI will charge to commercial bank. Clear? The rate at which RBI rediscounts the bills of exchange, that rate is called bank rate. I hope Mansha, Tanmay, Tahir have understood. I do not know, guys. I'm not sure.
Yes,
Have
sir.
you? Okay. This really happens in practice, guys. You're not learning anything just which is bookish and theoretical. No. This happens absolutely the same way as I explained you in the real life. Right? So it is the rate at which the RBI, means the central bank, rediscounts bills of exchange for commercial banks. We know that commercial banks provide discounting, provide facility of bill discounting to its customers. However, when commercial banks are short of funds, they may get these bills rediscounted with the RBI at a rate lesser than the rate at which the Bills were discounted originally known as bank rate. Note down this fast, guys. We have around 1 minute with us, and I'm not going to extend this session. Tahir, are you there with us?
Yes, sir.
See, Tahir, for you, here I will talk about more than one rate. Like this is the first one, bank rate. The other one is cash reserve ratio or cash reserve rate. But for you people, it is interest rate only.
Oh, okay, sir.
So wherever you discuss about this or mention about this, you will always say it is interest rate. So it is bank rate for you, actually the interest rate which is charged by RBI to commercial banks, right? Actually, it is interest rate, but in India we call it bank rate.
Okay.